Okay, so I deleted this other video. I'm going to continue on my journey of self-care. I was looking toe up. I was just like waking up, and I woke up at 5:30 this morning with my kid for he had to do something, so I had to help him, and then I haven't been sleeping well. Just haven't been sleeping well, and I think and that's what I mean about like self-care. I really want to learn how to sleep through the night. One of the things I haven't been going outside to like run or walk because every time I go, the police helicopter is there in a particularly pointed way. Um, and I'm going to just make this as long as it needs to be, but I'll try to say various things in 3 minutes and then I'll post it as a link and put the link down there if anybody else is interested in this journey that I'm on. But one of the reasons I stopped running and stopped walking, I mean, when I lived in my old neighborhood, I know I'm pretty sure that neighbors and other moms from schools and other people in the community would come in my house. Somebody got a key, I let somebody house sit or whatever, or my husband would leave the door unlocked. And, sometimes I did too, because we're in Canada, but I get inspected, right? And there's this whole thing, which I'm sure everybody knows, like, oh, she's so messy, she's so this. I try. I'm up at 2, constantly cleaning, but also constantly messing up. And this house, it's like so it's smaller. So, but yes, part of it is that I think in this position that I was in as like, a black actress and everything in a very, very non-black market, I tried to create work for myself and others. I was writing, I was volunteering every day in school. I mean, I was trying and it was so painful that it seemed like I was writing articles for the Herald and all these things and it seemed like so I was in a spectacle and an anomaly and I started like not having a day. You know what I mean? Like I started, oh my God, somebody's somehow is gonna get into my house and I gotta like make sure it's perfect. And then I would not go running. I would not go on a walk. I would not bike ride. One day I came home and, my bike chain was somehow off my bike and I started padlocking the windows. I have a camera, all this stuff, and I'm not afraid of intruders. I'm literally afraid, like thieves. I'm literally afraid of like neighbors and people in the community. You know what I mean? Like that's I because I know that something has happened where if somebody's come in my house, they're able to build a case, take pictures, be like, look, this is a irresponsible person. And I don't know. I try. I mean, I'm always like whatever, but I'm always in this really big hustle, kind of doing the most and extra to get to the next level. Um, and so, yeah, so I'm going to end it on that part on next level. And so I'm just trying to take care of myself. And I love the morning and I want to go outside and I want to run and I want to walk my dog and I want to do all these things. And I feel like I've got to also accommodate the gaze, the intruder, the gaze of the intruder, the GAZE. I've got to accommodate the, you know, this has been sort of the deal, I guess, my whole life as a person integrating into predominantly white settings. And I'm kind of tired. Like when I was 7, I had to go to predominantly white school, and my mother was always like, "You have to open doors and change minds." But I sometimes I get really tired of trying to convince people of my humanity and why I'm smart and why I'm okay and why Black people don't need to be harmed, and feeling like that is my burden in these communities and in this situation, and trying to push on my career and trying to get to the next level. I've written so that I'm not complaining about there not being enough work for Black women or my perspective. And I've created and I make films and I act on television and I try to empower the voices of others. And like, I can't leave my house unless because I have to think about who's going to come in and condemn me and use the way I look, my background as a person from America, as a person from Baltimore, and use that background as a justification and as just that little spice on saying why I can't have she can't have this funding. She can't get this job. You look at this. This is what she is. I know that that's been happening to me. Ain't nobody gonna tell me that that's not happening. And and like I just want to go on a run. Um, I have been sitting around watching TV because the stuff is just sometimes it gets so much to bear, and I've been so depressed. And I mean I hustle, you know. I'm in grad school. I'm doing this. I'm always busy. But the other day I just got so tired and so overwhelmed with every time I go out seeing police helicopters flying above me, waiting stationary, daring me to film them. I just got so drained, and I didn't have a lot of motivation to keep it together. I really didn't. Um, so like today, I am gonna go out in the morning. My dog needs to go out, and I extended my Mother's Day of just like kind of trying to take it easy, trying to take care of myself, trying to be still, trying to be, you know, trying to just not push myself as much. Um, yeah. Even now I'm like, I didn't put on makeup and da da da. And like, I usually don't, I don't know, whatever. I don't really often care that much about that. I love makeup and I love what it can do, but I'm just like, oh, you know, it's the lack of health, the unhealthiness in my life, and I feel like it's showing up. I feel like, oh my God, you know, I look tired and I'm, you know, whatever, and you know, I didn't put my sleeping cap on last night because it just crashed because I'm feel like I'm in an unhealthy situation and I'm shutting down and going inward, and that's not what I have been doing. Like I'm not, you know, there all the stereotypes preceded me. Oh, lazy black person, lazy black American, all of those things. Like every single stereotype was on me it every single time here, and no one no one seemed to. Anyway, who cares? I don't really care what they did. I just care about my reaction to it, and I care that I'm, you know, abandoning my health because somebody else is attacking me or somebody else is trying to harm me. And I'm abandoning my self care and I'm abandoning my goals and my ambition because I'm dealing with somebody, you know, trying to harm me. That's really what bothers me about the situation. So I'm gonna go out and everything's a mess, you know, but I'm blocked up my windows. I'll have my camera phone on. I'll have a padlock on my door. Um, while I take the dog out, I really think he really needs to go for a poo. And it's been like I've been walking around like, well, you can't take your dog out for a poo unless you like make sure everything's perfect in your house because they're gonna come in and people are gonna have to come in, and if people go and they're gonna have to take pictures, they're gonna have to discredit me, they're gonna have to whatever. But I really need to get this dog out. I really need to give him a poo. I really need to um I need sunshine. I need morning sun. I need to go on a little jog. I need to get some oxygen in my brain. And I need to do those things. And I guess if somebody comes in, and it's easy to do that. It's easy when you look at my face, and especially, you know, the fact that I do not afford spend money on the hair that doesn't look like it grows out of my head. I do not you know, do those things. No shade. I don't have that's not a priority. And I don't do those things, and it's so easy to take whatever challenges or imperfections or moments in my life and concoct them into a narrative um that confirms stereotypes and confirms racist perspectives and misogynistic perspectives. And that's the risk that I take every single day in this community and in this society and in this world. And I can't do it. I can't accommodate the gays today. I really need to go out. I really need to walk my dog. I really need to get some sunshine so that I can do my tasks. I need that oxygen. I need that dopamine so that I can carry out all the things I need to do. And it's been this catch 22 that I can't do that because I can't do the things I need to do because if I go out before I clean up, somebody's gonna get in here and they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, look, Cindy, look," you know what I mean? "Oh my god, look how she's living. Oh my god, I knew it," like that, like kind of like, just that spectacle, like that kind of like, alien in like a place where people do the same things, you know, at the same time. Like, I'm gonna trim those hedges, whatever, but I got to apply for some things. I got to get some money. I got to get a job. I got to start my teaching business. I got to do, all these things I got to prioritize. Um, and because I have bills to pay and a mortgage and, food to put on the table, and I've got to get some exercise. I've got to get some fresh air. But if somebody breaks into my house before and they go, "Look at this," and I'm a spectacle. And I think that if you're living in a homogenous community for a really long time and your social circles are fairly homogenous, and if people do look different, they have the same priorities as you. I think it's very hard to process like difference. It's really hard. And then like if you Google me, I'm sort of in the public specter, so there's just like, well, she thinks she's too good to do, and I'm like, no, I'm in this business and I'm trying to, like there's all these like weird projections. And they're everywhere, you know what I mean? It's not like there's, oh, you go to New York and it's all different and everything's perfect, but you can just feel it a little bit more here. And um I will tell this story. When I was living in New York, I was friends with these two good friends, and he's not following me on Instagram, but somebody knows, at least one person knows Chris Corintis and Paul Rizza. And Paul came from Italy. He's Sicilian, and he made us this dish. Me and my sister, I think we have never forgotten that dish. And then Chris came up and he made dinner. I don't know, people were always making dinner. But Paul and Chris are gay, right? They don't, I'm not outing anybody. I know I'm not. It's been years. Okay, they're out. And Chris wore a little bow tie. You know what I mean? Like he did not look like my type. But my neighbor was watching apparently, and I had a couple other male friends. My friend Tony, who is on like some show now, like he would come and crash from his clubbing at my house, and nothing. We sort of talked to each other for 3 seconds, but nothing happened. But I remember when Chris was walking up the stairs, and Chris is gay, and we were walking upstairs, and he's like telling me he's like gonna make food for me or something for some reason. And my neighbor goes, "Melanie has another man." And I was like, "I don't got no other man. This is Chris." And I had a few male friends. I had my friends Paul, with Gabe and William, who came up, not dating them at all, just friends, And I don't know, but after that, I felt like the police were clocking me a lot then. And I was like, "What?" But I ignored it because, I'd be stumbling on my platform shoes down the street and they'd be glaring at me. And I was like, "What is going on?" But I was too busy for at that point. But I kind of wonder if she had like said something, because one day this guy called me in the middle of the night and he was like, "Hello, Melanie." And I was like, "Hi, who's this?" And like, "I just want to talk." I was like, "Who is this?" It was some weirdo. And we called the police, and the police happened to be right there, and they came and they answered the phone. I think they looked around and they saw me and my roommate, who was this white girl, and they were like, "Okay, have a good," and then it stopped after that. I think this woman told people that they were mostly gay friends. I had a squad once of mostly gay guy friends coming up to visit me, or platonic friends. And then I had a couple of boyfriends for sure, but like, I think she thought there was something going on that just wouldn't have even occurred to me. And I'm like, why does this happen to me? Like, what? Like, I give off like goofball. I feel like that's my predominant vibe. You know what I mean? And I'm like, why do I get somebody who's like, "We have dark eyebrows." Like, I have heavy eyebrows. They used to be thicker. They're actually not as thick as they used to be. So, I feel like I give off like some kind of energy or something, or I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't think I give off an energy, but I definitely am always shocked when criminality is attached to me, when I'm so like neurotic, like in a morally Catholic-y sort of way. Grace and Catholic. I feel like that's such a weird thing. And I'm like, is this all about this on the outside? And I'm like a hippie. I don't know. I don't think I'm a hippie, but I, I don't know. Like, I don't even wear heels. I'll wear platforms, but I don't wear like spiky heels. I don't, I don't know. Like, I know I'm talking in stereotypes, but I don't get it. So yeah, I'm going to kind of cut this up and because I'm running out of time on my thing. But yeah, I'm going to go out right now, have a run, probably encounter the police. I feel like they're always getting pissed off at anything I say, anything I do on my phone. I'm being watched and vetted extremely intensely, it feels. Um, and I think everyone in the community is. I don't know this. I've never in my life felt like I've been around people with such a, it reminds